Skull, and welcome back to Valkyrie's Art Corner. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notification of my new videos. Today, we're going to be working on one of my favorite superheroes. I kind of made mention of him in the Mysterion one, but he's the all-too-known Bruce Wayne, or also known as Batman. Now, what I'm going to do here is going to be like a combination of a light pencil drawing slash quick marker drawing. I was just browsing through pictures and just trying to get some ideas for my next video. Hey, if you guys have an idea for a video, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do it. But I happened to stumble across this like quick sketch Batman on the internet. I don't know who the artist was by, but I was like, hey, that looks pretty cool, so I'm going to do it. So what we're doing here is we're just drawing the outline of just the sketch. It's not going to look really pretty or anything like that. It's just like the underline. But it'll look a lot better when we get the marker going on it. So just outlining where everything's going to be. And then just kind of just lightly sketching in here and here and here. And don't worry about getting the lines too dark with the pencil, because you're just going to cover them up with marker and just kind of improvise a little bit. So and work on his well, it's not his eyebrows, but they kind of look like eyebrows, so that he's always looking so grumpy and angry when he's in his Batman costume. So that's what we're going to do here, is just kind of draw the outline of that. And then just add in minor details of where exactly you want to go with your marker. Like I said, this part right here doesn't necessarily need to be perfect, because you're just going to be drawing over it with the marker anyway. So I was going to go into a little bit of background about Bruce Wayne or Batman, but pretty much everyone knows his story. Everyone knows what happened to him. And just recently, within the past like 6 or 7 months, I got into the TV show called Gotham, which is it's mostly circled around he wasn't commissioner at the time, but Gordon, Commissioner Gordon's story, and his friendship with the young Bruce Wayne and him trying to find himself. So it's a really good TV show, definitely PG-13. It's got a lot of adult themes in it, so if you have young children or if you are a young child, I wouldn't recommend seeing it unless you are watching a late night TV show, or if their kids are a little bit older. But it's a fantastic TV show. You can find it on, I think it's Hulu. Yeah, Hulu. So I binge watched all the season. They do a lot of really weird twists on some of the characters. It's really interesting on some of the backgrounds that they do. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. So now what we're doing here is we're outlining everywhere where the marker goes, and then just kind of improving on where we drew the pencil lines, so that way it looks more doodle-tastic. And we're just adding in the shading. Now I would have attempted this just straight out with marker, but I didn't feel like, unless I drew it out first, I could get it right the first time, so I didn't want to chance it, and I just drew it out with pencil, so that way with the marker I could actually just go back and adjust it how I wanted it. That way it looked a lot better. And if you haven't noticed already, I'm doing this as real time rather than a sped up version, because frankly, it took me less than 10 minutes to do that. I know a lot of people are going, well, I can't do a drawing like that in 10 minutes. Once you get plenty of practice, you can. I'm just showing you just the quick way of just how to doodle and then just add on to it. So it's just basic shapes. It's not like we're drawing a realistic picture. So it's a good setup for anyone, really. And now we're just adding in the shading. And kind of just throwing in some extra lines here and there. And then I'm actually adding in lines that I didn't draw with the color or the regular pencil, so I was sitting there kind of deciding where I was going to put my lines. That's another advantage to doing it this way too, is you can kind of plot out as you're doing it on how the lines should be. So yeah, you can kind of just do some of this on a whim. And marker's really fun too, because you can make it look really cool. Even if it gets, the lines sometimes get a little bit messed up, it could just be like, oh, that was just part of the drawing kind of thing. So and now we're moving on to those little eyebrow parts up here, doing some shading down here to emphasize on it. And kind of coloring where the shadow goes around the eye. And that's what I'm doing right here, is just kind of drawing in the eye. It's not really a distinct shape, just kind of just drawing it in. Again, these are the kind of drawings that I typically do when I'm really bored, or I just want to kind of sketch a concept idea. And even then, they sometimes turn out just as a cool art piece themselves. So if you want to practice doing that, just practice doodling with marker or doodling with pencil, and then just kind of building on from there, because even then the doodles might end up turning out as really great pieces of artwork. I've had accident masterpieces before. So all right, and just drawing in extra lines and kind of looking it over to make sure I want it how I want it. Just add in little bits here and there. And now I'm going to go ahead and add just a few more lines, and then sign my name to my my piece. And I will see you guys later. Just comment down below if you have an idea or you want to have a request of something you want me to do. So remember, like, comment, and subscribe, and here's the final picture.